HW here. How you doing? What a freaking fantabulous amp. Can we call it fantabulous? That's not a word, but maybe it should be. You know, a long time ago, I got my hands on a real John Mayer amp. I don't just mean, by the way, a real John Mayer 2-rock signature. I mean one that was in John's flight case from John's studio, the Jim Henson, place. And it had John's settings marked on it. And I was able to play that amp because I was out visiting JHS, and I did a bunch of stuff for them. And I'm really hoping all that stuff comes out very soon. Did a bunch of really cool stuff with them. And some of it's out, and more of it's coming out for more platforms. But I later saw this thing for sale, and I went and got this. It's a SineWave. This is the amp that we did. It's a SineWave Continuum. And Chad at SineWave used to be at 2-Rock, and this is his amp that's in production that is like the John Mayer 2-Rock signature. And so it's like John's amp. And when I played John's real amp, I took pictures of the insides of some things. And I also noticed that John had marked his settings on the amp. And so I went ahead and shot this very free rig. It's free for ToneX. It's free for Quad Cortex. It's free for Kemper. And it's free for NAMM. I shot this at John's settings with a bit of a different setup than John would use live. But this one's free. But I want to talk about the rest of the pack. And I want to talk about the sound and the tone I hear. It's not just John. It's a fabulous sounding amplifier. And I think it took me a while to do this pack because I've really been working on it. Got it out on all the platforms. Even I believe we have Axe out at the time this video drops. But it's for everything. Quad Cortex, Kemper, everything. And I just think it sounds glorious. I put a little chorus on it so you could hear it. But these are John's settings, and I'll show you some of the HW settings because I like to set up the amp a little bit different than John sets it up. And I think that's a bit of a difference in our guitars and stuff. Also, I like to think I know a bit about tone. So if John wants to call me, I'm happy to instruct him on where to put, you know what I'm saying? What you get is just one of the most open, airy, responsive. I love the bigness in the bass kind of these sounds. And this is, again, the signature settings. Sorry. It's just so fun to play. And you throw on some overdrives. Here's something like a tube screamer. Just beautiful. In between sound. Little clawny action. just an addicting sound to play, I'll just tell you. And it's free at the link below. But I want to show you some of the other stuff that's in here. Mainly, I want to show you, like, you get that one free, but there's a bunch of other ones, like, I set the amp up a little more like this. Oh, the track stopped. I didn't even notice because I enjoy playing it so much. I like to set it up with a contour knob a little higher, but there's all sorts of tones in here. And I just think it handles overdrive so well. Gives you this just big, open, stratty, beautiful sound, you know. That sounds good. Let me show you the bright switch on. Beautiful stuff. There's also a really great mid switch that I think really gives it a different flavor completely. Different thing with the mid-range in there, and it's a lot of mid-range. That's the thing about a lot of these amps. Any Dumble-esque amp, the bright, the mid, the deep switch are always pretty exaggerated. You know what I mean? Oops, drop my little pick. Good thing I have another right here. Sounds like this. The mids on, it's thick, it's nice and full. You get a bunch of other things in here too. I put some overdrives in here, like there's just really great, like John likes to use a TS10, so I put that in, and I put a blues breaker, like an original Marshall 1 blues breaker. Let me show you this. You know what I mean? That's a good tone too. That's the blues breaker. And last but not least, how did I forget this? I put my clon through it, my big silver clon. JM Continuum Pack. It's awesome. Go pick it up. Free stuff should be in your email. If you're not signed up for the emails, what are you doing? Tone Junkie sends the very best free stuff in the world all the time right to your inbox. So sign up. Now here's my friend Desi, who really knows how to play guitar, so you can hear what these things actually sound like.